So this is the Diamond Challenge Sculls. Really looking forward to this. You can see the route to the final there for Ollie Zeidler and for Jacob Plihal, and looking forward to this. This is a trophy that has been fought for all the time since 1844. 40 crews entered, 24 competed through the regatta, and now the two on the start. We've got the reigning reigning world and European champion Oliver Zeidler up against, from the US, Jacob Plihal.
Clean start as you'd expect from these two scullers.
Just that power, that length, that expansive reach both of these guys have. These are enormous men, and in fact Plihal's even bigger than Zeidler at 208 centimetres, 6'10" in old money. Umpire warning Plihal already just to stay away. That crosswind at the end of the island, tricky for everybody, Adrian.
Yeah, the smaller boats are really struggling with the stream and the wind coming off the end of the island, and he needs to really make sure he doesn't get his blades mixed in with Ollie Zeidler. But like you said, both very powerful athletes. And Ollie Zeidler, to be fair, I think Ollie Zeidler is sculling at the moment the best I've seen him since Lucerne in 2023.
Yeah, delighted we have these two here at Henley ahead of the Olympics. And, you know, Zeidler really loves to come on the Henley stretch, looking for his 4th win here. But he'll also know that Plihal has come from behind in each of his races, so not necessarily the fastest starter, but he's got a cool head on those shoulders, and that long reach gives him a real kind of loping style and efficiency through the middle of the race. But right now Zeidler is dominating.
He is. This is a little bit what he did in Lucerne in 23. He went out very hard, got quite a bit on the field, and then the field slowly came back at him, and then he just set out a killer blow. But like I said, Plihal only a few weeks ago was second and qualified for the Olympics.
Yeah, absolutely. So two scullers absolutely at the top of the world order in this super competitive sculling race. Herzlich willkommen if you're joining us from Frankfurter Rudergesellschaft, Germania 1869. Huge contingent at Henley over the years from that club. We love seeing them here, and they love coming to race. So great welcome to our German fans. And if you're up early in the US to watch Craftsbury Green Racing Project's sculler Jacob Plihal, well, you're joining him in a difficult position so early in this race. As we can see, just coming through to the 500-metre mark, that barrier marker is at 6:37 metres down the course.
Yeah, I mean, it's astounding, isn't it? Plihal, he's qualified for the Olympic Games, second fastest in the qualifying regatta, and here Ollie Zeidler in the first 400 metres, or 600 metres, has just dealt a killer blow to him, isn't he? I mean, he's already put 3 or 4 lengths into him. I don't think he'll keep moving away, because a little bit the stage, as they move across, the station is going to help him a little bit. But he's got a lot in hand, I think, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the speed of that start. You're absolutely right. I mean, you know, it's not like he's racing a slow coach here. He's racing somebody who's the second in the world most recently, and so really dominant performance. And having that ability to turn the speed on like that, and then stretch out and sit in a comfortable position, he can almost kind of recover from that early effort, consolidate here while he watches carefully his opponent with plenty of control between him and Plihal behind him.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's an interesting choice for him to come and race here with the Olympics so close, or not far away. And I know he loves this regatta, but one of the things he's struggled with over the years is rough conditions, and in Tokyo he suffered because of that. And maybe he's coming here to get a little bit of the wash here and that kind of thing.
Yeah, just as you say that, Adrian, we can see the sort of wash from the launches that's rolling along the side of the boat there, and that's the kind of thing he needs to practice. You said he really struggled in Tokyo, but what I love about our top class athletes is how they look at that adversity and they learn. And you know, he's deliberately made the choice to train in the way he does, very separate from the rest of the German teams, his own rhythm, coming to Henley looking to win his 4th Diamonds Sculls, which is a brilliant achievement.
It's fantastic. Also, I saw in his boat, he's had some changes made to his foot stretcher. So instead of it normally being firmly painted in, he's got these sort of floating discs, so both his feet can go left and right freely as he's sculling, which maybe he's trying to help with his managing his balance.
Oh, this is interesting. So for somebody who's maybe not so familiar with rowing, normally the shoes you put your feet in are anchored, you know, pretty much no movement on them other than the heels flexing up and down. But you're saying he's got a little bit more rotation on the feet. That allows, I guess, him to swing through a little bit more easily.
Yeah,
that's
so they were zooming into his feet here. Yeah, so his feet can twist left and right, not just come up and down. So that's giving him a bit of freedom maybe for his knees to move and balance the boat. So it seems to be working for him so far.
Well, we're just picking out those beautiful shoes there. Maybe other rowers, if he goes on to win the Olympics, will want to buy these swiveling shoes.
You can see the red bits underneath the stretcher there. That's giving him the freedom to move.
This is the quality of analysis you get from Adrian Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about the shoes in the Skull for Oliver Zeidler, and the incremental gains that you're looking for all the time. What's great about the single is you've just got to find the best way for your physiology to work. You don't have to combine with somebody who's got a different body size or shape. You are able to row exactly the way you need to get that boat to move as quickly as possible. Let's just look here for a moment at Plihal, sitting down. Quite difficult for him now psychologically.
It is, but he's still been looking at you. He's really long in the front end, isn't he? And really explosive through the middle of the stroke. And Ollie Zeidler's making him look like he's a little bit of a different class, but he's a really good sculler.
Yeah, I really like that. Like the way his shoulders are sort of so relaxed and cool. It's really working through the lats and the lower body, which is what you want to see, isn't it? And keeping loose and long in the shoulders and arms.
It'll be fascinating to see how he goes through the rounds of the Olympic Games in a few weeks' time.
So we've come through the halfway mark. We won't be seeing records falling today, I think, with the amount of stream, thanks to the unseasonable rainfall we've got. And the stream, I think, has been increasing notably day on day. I was out rowing myself this morning, and just you could feel the extra push, slightly favouring probably the station that Zeidler has here, the Berkshire station, probably having a little bit less of that stream down the course. But that's not the determining factor in this race, at least.
No, and I think that also because of the way the course goes from one side of the river to the other and back again, the advantage is shifting a bit during the course of the race. But Ollie Zeidler here, I hope this is working out for him, that he's come here and done the preparation. He's managed to do different aspects of the race, I guess, try and do a good start and hard 1,000 or whatever. It'll be interesting to see whether he just rows this to the end or whether he actually delivers a killer sprint at the end.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Adrian. He hasn't got long to the Olympics, but regardless of his position versus Plihal, it'd be nice to see him just trying out that sort of sprint finish, because he won't have another chance to do that in a race situation until the games themselves. So if I was him, I think I probably would be thinking, yeah, let's just give it a go. Let's see how I can do that.
Yeah, because if you're on training camp, you'll be doing he'd be doing these sort of pieces on camp anyway to prepare, and he would be saying, well, this piece I want to focus on the last part of the race, and this piece I want to focus on the middle 1,000. So I'm sure he's been doing the same sort of exercise, just under pressure of competition.
Yeah, and here, of course, the times don't matter. It's just one-on-one competition, man for man, stroke for stroke, and all those hours on the rowing machine, all those kilometres on the water in the legs of these two top-class scullers. And to take that kind of distance out of Plihal from Zeidler, this is a really strong performance. He will be taking huge confidence for that into Paris. Looking at Plihal here, very strong, very long sculler. I love, like you say, the way he just gets the oars in at the front of the stroke. But here comes Zeidler. He's pushing on a bit, isn't he? He's not letting the stroke rate up too much, but you can see a bit of extra power through the middle of the stroke. No,
he's definitely still delivering a lot of power, just like you said, not doing a final sprint. And a great performance. He'll be very happy to do that. I'm not sure he'll be in the Leander bar like he was a few years ago after today.
Lovely to see athletes celebrating, but this year he's got another goal ahead of him. But right now it's Oliver Zeidler for the 4th time at Henley Regatta, taking the title of Diamonds Challenge Trophy winner, and you can see what it means to the world and European champion. Thank you, Oliver. It's all in the head. He thanks his fans. He loves coming here to Henley Regatta, but the fans will also be applauding a dynamic scull from Jacob Plihal from the USA. Oliver Zeidler, Henley favourite from Frankfurter, Rudergesellschaft, Germania, 1869, takes his 4th Diamonds title as the sun shines through the clouds on what could be the next Olympic sculling champion, but there are a few more strokes between him and that Olympic gold medal.